Alright, Twitch might have just speedrun its own funeral. Ads are so bad right now, but even XQC's calling it out. Moist Critical literally made a video titled The Death of Streaming. Twitch's viewers are the lowest it's ever been, and a whole lot more in today's video. Every week it feels like Twitch is cooking up a new disaster, but this one actually feels like the start of an end. So stick around because we're going to talk about the hellhole that is Twitch right now. So grab your popcorn because this is truly riveting, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's dive in with SQC, the man who can play 10 games and spill his water and scream all in one sentence. Yeah, that guy. He recently said what a lot of us have been feeling. Ads are absolutely killing Twitch. His exact words, it's basically TV now, which is not a bad take.
My point is that, look at these stats. These stats are awful. These stats are awful. You wanna know why? You wanna know why? The incentive to spam ads is bringing us closer to fucking mainstream TV, like we used to have back in the days. People left mainstream TV because of ads. Now the ads are getting worse than mainstream TV. It's that bad.
And the crazy part, yeah, he's right. Except it's worse than TV. At least when you watch TV, you expect commercial breaks. On Twitch, it's just ambush marketing. 1 second you're watching your favorite streamer, the next you're being told about the Dedo plans you can't even afford. It's not even one ad either. It's ads on top of each other, like Twitch is running a speed run of how fast they can make you close the tab. There are pre-rolls, mid-rolls, unskippables. At this point, I'm waiting for Twitch to invent post-rolls that play after you've already left. It's not even fucking possible, but they'll find a way how to do it. And people aren't happy, or neither would I be. One guy literally said nothing you could beat streaming is worth 22 minutes of unskippable ads. Which, yeah, if your content can survive being interrupted by 22 minutes of Red Lobster commercials, then congratulations, you're probably Jesus. But here's the kicker. Twitch's viewership is at its lowest point in history, like rock bottom. That's not even a coincidence because people aren't going to sit around for ads longer than the actual stream, bro. If I wanted that experience, I'd go back to cable TV and watch Returns of Pawn Stars, bro. And it's not just XQC complaining. Moist Critical dropped a video literally the death of streaming. And you know when Moist titles something like that is basically a funeral. The man, yeah, he means it. Moist said,
"It is a complicated problem. I recognize on Twitch's end, they need to make money off their platform. Otherwise, how the fuck are they going to keep it going? It's very expensive, and the way to do that is through advertising. But their advertising methodology, I think, is just really counterintuitive to what streaming is and has been, and it's just going in a really bad direction that continues to make it worse."
And that's the nail in the coffin. Streaming isn't television, it's chaos. It's stuffed with webcams, random noises, and your streamer accidentally leaking their search history. Nobody wants to be ripped out of that moment by a 90-second ad for yogurt, bro. It's like watching a horror movie where the monster finally jumps out and then you get a 2-minute break for cat food commercials. Like, the fear's gone, the tension's gone, and now you're just confused and angry. Like, it's just so bad. And here's the irony. Twitch is copying TV to make money, but TV is dying because people switched to streaming. Twitch basically looked at a sinking ship and said, yeah, let's do that too. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Ads might be the big fleshy disaster right now, but Twitch has a backlog of problems, and botting is one of them. Atrioc actually busted out MS Paint to explain why it's never going away. He drew this cursed diagram which looked like a toddler's art project, but it made sense.
Twitch says we have millions of viewers every day. This team, even if this team is more in touch and is like, well, I heard about viewbots. I heard about how can we know it's being spent reliably? They want to lie because they want to keep their jobs with this guy. And this guy is not in tune enough to know about all the news about this. Twitch knows that some of the numbers are fake, but if they get rid of it, then their numbers look bad to this team. And that can't be had because then they'll take their money elsewhere. Twitch will stop getting money.
His point was simple. No one at Twitch is incentivized to fix botting. The lower level devs don't want to shake the boat. The managers want numbers to look good. And the executives, well, they're just too far removed to even know what's happening. So the cycle continues. Fake viewers pump fake numbers, make Twitch look successful. And we know they're not. And then Twitch just sells more ads. It's smoke and mirrors, except the smoke is bots and the mirrors are just cracked. And this isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. Advertisers think they're paying for millions of eyes when really half those eyes belong to Russian bots who couldn't care less about Doritos. At some point, a big advertiser is gonna notice, and when they do, that Jenga block, it will make the tower fall. Yeah, now here's where it gets wild. Twitch can crack down on the weirdest small-time stuff, like banning people for showing a cartoon's backside, but somehow the platform lets big names skate on things that would normally have lawsuits eyeing. Take Sam, for example. There have been accusations of him doxing people live or pulling off stunts that, let's be honest, would get a smaller streamer permanently nuked and get nothing. The man's still streaming like it's another Tuesday, and that's the frustrating part. Twitch has no consistency. Some random streamer gets banned for playing the wrong background song, while others can get away with behavior that literally make a lawyer salivate, bro. It's like Twitch spins a wheel every morning and just says, today we're banning cooking streams, tomorrow we're letting doxing slide. Yeah, let's do that, guys. But the fact they haven't been sued in oblivion yet is actually mind-blowing. Like, is anyone like actually realizing what's happening? Like, if any other company hosted half the stuff Twitch has, they'd be in court so fast it'd make your head spin. So now let's line it all up. Ads are suffocating the real audience. Bots are inflating fake success. The platform can't even enforce its own rules consistently, and viewership is the lowest it's ever been. That's not just one mistake, that's death by 1,000 cuts. And if Twitch was a video game character, the health bar would be blinking red, and the screen would be screaming at you to find some fucking potion or some bullshit. But instead of fixing anything, Twitch is just equipping heavier armor made of more and more ads. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I know people bring up Kick as the alternative, but come on, let's be real. Kick is not the savior. This is the platform where 2 people have literally died on stream, and yeah, I've already covered that one, but yeah, and that's not a flex, that's a warning label. Yeah, you get better revenue splits, but you also get a platform that feels like Twitch's rejected evil twin. It's chaos, but not the fun kind. More like the, are we sure this site isn't being run out of someone's basement kind. Like, it's kind of fucked. So what does that leave? Honestly, YouTube. YouTube is literally sitting there, slowly building its live streaming ecosystem, and now Twitch is basically handing them a free opportunity, which I can't complain about. I mean, I'm literally on YouTube, so come guys, I guess. Their ads aren't nearly as invasive. Their infrastructure doesn't collapse every 2 months, and they already have the largest video audience on the planet. So yeah, Twitch is basically handing them more viewers, basically. And if Twitch keeps driving people away with this nonsense, YouTube might just inherit the whole streaming world by default. And honestly, maybe that is the best outcome. At least on YouTube, when you get an ad, you can skip it in 5 seconds instead of missing the most important part of the stream, which is what people want. Like, you don't want to be missing everything about your stream. Like, it's just so dumb. Like, that's the part of live streaming. You get to see it live. And it's not live if you're watching a fucking ad. Being able to say I was there is the whole part of streaming. Like, but you weren't fucking there if you're watching an ad. Like, it's just not how it works. Streaming is not supposed to be like that. But yeah, here's where we are. XQC says ads are killing Twitch, which is true as fuck. Moise says it's the death of streaming. Atrioc says botting will never end, and Twitch itself is basically juggling lawsuits waiting to happen. Add it all together, and Twitch isn't looking like the future of live streaming. It's looking like the blockbuster in the age of Netflix. Everyone can see where this is going except Twitch itself. Like, they're blind. But anyway, what do you guys think? Are the ads the final nail in the coffin, or is botting and inconsistent moderation the real killer? Drop your thoughts below and I'll be reading. And hey, hit subscribe before Twitch runs another mid-roll ad on your life. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe.